Hey, it's Spence from launchflows.com. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make an intermediary order review page. The purpose of this is so that you can offer someone an upsell without them realizing it's going to be an upsell. This allows LaunchFlows to keep your sales funnels very lightweight and, more importantly, standard with WooCommerce. This is really important. Some other plugins take a different tactic and they sort of hijack the WooCommerce checkout process. But that can lead to problems because other plugins rely upon the fact there's actually a checkout of this or that product in order to do their job. So with LaunchFlows, we make sure that there's no shenanigans with holding orders or something that isn't standard. Instead, by using an intermediary order review page, you can essentially give somebody the choice of either, yes, I want to stick with this first product, or no, I'll go with the upsell. And as a result, only their choice is in the checkout. Let me show you how easy it is, but even more easy because I'm going to demonstrate this with our new patterns library. This growing library will allow you to simply click once, copy, and paste the Gutenberg patterns that you need for any layout. And even if you're using another page builder, I highly recommend you follow this method because it's so powerful, so fast, and it works better as the basis for almost every checkout, even if you want to jazz up the above and the below and the around with your page builder. All right, let's get started. Here I've got a way to start in our patterns library by going to the shop. These are functional, so just follow along and go to the main product. Here I'm using an example of one of our cool product templates that's just a kind of neat, the whole background is featured image. And it's only for the purpose of adding it to the cart. Once I've done that, I am now on my intermediary order review page. It looks like and otherwise acts like a checkout, except you'll notice that all the components are hidden except the important one, which is the order review. Now here's the neat part. This button is actually going to be giving somebody a direct link to the product upsell that I want to offer them. If they say yes, then they will get the product upsell. If they say no, then they'll stick with the main product. Let's give it a try and then I'll show you how it's set up. When I click here, I'm taken to an intermediary product upsell. Here I'm using the LaunchFlows product upsell component. I could do this manually with the LaunchFlows links, but the upsell component, as I'll show you, is very simple. So their choice for this product is either yes, I want it, or no, I don't. Watch what happens. If I click yes, they are then taken to the checkout and the upsell product is the only thing that they're going to buy. Let's do it again from the beginning, but this time we're going to do it with the other choice. So I'll go with the main product. And I will add this to the cart. And here I'm going to go ahead to the checkout, but when the offer of the upsell is given, I'll say no thanks. And of course here, the main product is it. So no extra Stripe transaction fees, only one transaction, and the person is getting the thing they want. Now some people say, Spence, what if they don't check out? This is not good. I want them to buy the first product first. I say, does that ever happen in the real world? Have you ever gone to a store, bought the product, left the store, gone to your car, driven home, and then decided to go back to the store because the store called you and said, come back for an upsell? Of course not. Well, we've got things that essentially cover you on this case. It's basically the abandoned cart plugins. There are literally a half a dozen or more that allow you to know exactly at this point who it is that has gotten this far with the main product. And in the very unlikely event that they don't complete the checkout of either the main or the upsell product, you can easily and automatically get them back. So it's no longer necessary to break the default behavior of WooCommerce by taking an order for the main product, holding it, and then exchanging it out, because everything thereafter will have some issues. With LaunchFlows, no such problem. Let me show you how we set this up. So we're going to go backwards, and let's start out with the intermediary upsell page. This is basically a page or a post or a lesson, and I've used the LaunchFlows checkout option because what we want to make sure is that the checkout components we need are there. So if you click on the cogwheel in Gutenberg and you scroll down, be sure that you've got the LaunchFlows checkout enable box checked, as I've shown here. Next, you're going to be able to just copy and paste this so you won't have to spend any time, but let me show you what's involved. I use the original patterns, LaunchFlows, and I simply click this button here to drop all of the main components in place. And then what I did is I took this column of things and I hid them all by using the Advanced tab and the syntax of LF hide. So if you were to do this on your own, you would type in LF-hide. But you don't have to do that because I've done it for you. Next, I took the Launch Flows Order Review component out and put it outside of the hidden stuff. And in doing so, this meant that I can show what I need to show, which is here's what your order is going to be. And here's the final secret. I just added an ordinary button. You could use any clickable element. And I made sure that the URL was going to the sales page where I'm presenting the upsell product. And in doing that, I'm using the Launch Flows Upsell widget. Now let me make clear, if you want to use this, you don't have to waste the time making this from scratch. With the pattern library, simply go here and copy this pattern, and you can just paste this into your own WordPress site, as simple as that. No work, no setup, no hassle, which is why I think this is a great idea to work in Gutenberg, even if you've got another page builder. Now, let me show you what that other page looks like. So if I want to look at the upsell component, here you could make this from scratch, but I just used the Launch Flows Upsell component. This is a block. You can also use the short code. If you're an Elementor, you can use the widget. And all we did here is I placed this by using upsell, and I dropped it in place. Now, I'm not going to do it twice, but then I put the product ID of the upsell product I'm offering, and I put the ID of the page where I want somebody to go in the event that they say they're not interested. In this case, it was just the checkout page. And I was also able to adjust the wording. I can also add tags with WP Fusion in the event somebody says either yes or no and clicks those links. So it's a very fast and powerful way to get the results, but then you can also jazz it up as I did by adding a heading with a compelling sales pitch. You know, hurry up, get it now. Again, like with the last one, I don't need you to actually build this. You can just start from scratch by getting the head start here and copying the pattern code, pasting it into your site, and then changing the ID of the product that you want to feature. Now that's all there is to this. This method of daisy chaining together different steps means you have full control, but you're not locked into a flow with steps or some other pattern library. And it lets you use any product, any accessory in WooCommerce, very lightweight, very simple, and very easy once you get the concept. I hope this video helps, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one.